again this morning. We went 5/8 of a mile and we breezed in a nice brisk 59.4. She set off right at the pole because she gets pretty keen for the first quarter, so we try to keep her relaxed through that first quarter. As I've always been saying, that's our key in the moment in the race. And she set off really nicely. She breezed really great over the track and she finished up really nice. She really stretched out and all the way to the wire, and the same on the gallop out. She kept it up and I was really pleased with her.
Does she seem the same, any difference than going into the Kentucky Oaks? This will be her first race since then.
Yeah, it will be. She's had some good time off. She's had plenty of time to recuperate and gave her about a month off in between the races, sort of just still going through her daily progression of training and without breezing her. And then we've just steadily, the last few weeks, we've been like breezing every other week, building up to the Indiana Oaks. And to be honest, I think missing a week in between has been a real key to her because her workouts have been stronger than ever, really. And I was really happy with that stuff.
Talk about her trip in the Kentucky Oaks. It was a full field. There were some tough trips in that race.
It was, definitely, and especially being on the outside in the 12th hole, that we had to use a bit to get there, and like Serengeti was right beside us, and we knew she was going to be the speed of the race and the one to catch and beat. So we went forward. We got a good position. We had a bit of bumping around the first turn because McPeak's horse Brian Hernandez was trying to push us out of it, so I had to hold our position and keep him out to keep our position into the race. She traveled pretty nicely. We were following behind Jaywalk, and around the turn I just had that wide trip, but really and honestly she ran so hard for me around there, and she actually had one of her best speed figures in the race, and she still finished. She still stayed hung in there down the lane. She never gave it up. She kept finishing and trying. I was just really pleased with her, and it was a tough bunch of fillies to run against. Serengeti ran an unbelievable race. And also Wayne Calano's filly Leora, who we previously beat, she got a dream trip really in the Kentucky Oaks, and she finished second. And I wasn't disappointed in Street Band at all. I was pleased with her. She's a young horse and she's gained all the experience in the world. She's just going to keep on progressing.
What does she mean to you? You won the biggest race of your career on her.
Oh, she means a lot. She's a horse that, as a jockey, they come along once in a lifetime, and she's definitely doing that for me, and especially since Fioretti, who was about 3 years ahead of her. So, as a female jockey too, it's always hard to come across the really good ones like this and to keep the mount on them. And it's fantastic to be riding for Larry Jones and to have great owners like my racehorse. They've joined a part of her to get new fans into racing.
And so you like what you're feeling going into the Indiana Oaks?
Yeah, definitely. She's today's workout was tremendous. She breezed really nicely. She was strong in my hands, and everything that you'd want in the horse going into another graded stake again, and maybe perhaps we could get to Indiana Oaks.
She's doing very well, and Sophie has come in from Chicago to do all of her works on her. It's another family we've had a long time. We know they get better with age, and so the filly's just naturally progressing in what her genetics are telling her to do, and she's doing really well right now.
What about her Kentucky Oaks?
Well, we had a wide trip. Whenever you look, and thank goodness to track us, we had the widest trip. We had the longest trip of anybody in the Oaks. She ran well. It wasn't her best race by any means, but she ran well, and considering what we give up and all like that, we weren't disappointed. We would have liked to have done better because we've been fortunate enough to win a Kentucky Oaks or two, and it feels pretty good. But I guess it was Tom Amos's turn, and but she's come out of the race good, and hopefully she's working into this the right way.